What's a mighty good word, party folk? It's your mama high priest. I'm up here on Mercury's day, January 10th. Sun's currently at 20 degrees of Capricorn. Moon's at about 11 degrees of Capricorn. Mars is in about 5 degrees of Capricorn, and Mercury's still leaving its post-shadow period. Is at 26 degrees of Sagittarius, and Venus is also in Sagittarius, finally in its halfway point through that transit. I'll mention Saturn is still in Pisces, of course, around 5 degrees, and Jupiter is at about 6 degrees of Saturn. They're both moving direct now. So we're running with that because Capricorn, this is your collective reading. Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Taurus. The Hierophant is here. Even if you, regardless of whether you have a distinguished Capricorn placement, this may still resonate with you. I do collective readings, so feel free to check any of your sign placements or any of the collective readings out. Your overall energy or the archetype that I've been tending to is the World card, which here is in the universe representation. Here's the original tarot, and then the Wanderer's tarot. Oop, I'm so sorry. As I was telling all the other signs, or at least the Cancer, the sign that I was reading for prior to you, I'm still kind of getting over my congestion, so a little stuffy still. Anyway, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is your reading. So with that, Capricorn Magicians, Capricorn Kings, Capricorn Queens, Capricorn High Priest, High Priestess. This is your highest royal court. I'm your effervescent mercurial fleeting jester with your divine messages for your divinity, your spiritual inspiration, and your magnificence, your human evolution, baby. We got this. As I mentioned, we do have Taurus, card number 14 I have, which is a Hierophant. I have the Two of Wands with card number 44, Solar Eclipse Revolution. We have the Four of Cups with card number 36, 12th house, Escape. And we also have card number 27, third house, Messages, which is, what I always forget, is it the Three of Pentacles? Let me make sure. Yes. So I did a pre-shuffle with Black Moon Astrology. At the bottom of the deck, you have the World card. So as I mentioned, I've been meditating on the archetype of the world, the universe for you and for Cancer specifically. The World card is very Capricornian, Saturnian, more so Saturnian. Sometimes, yes, allotted to Capricorn in general. But so this card does have that. This reading sort of has that quality of moving from one state to another. You could be very well moving from one state into another, but also planning to move or planning to remove yourself from a situation, planning to quit or end a job, planning to quit or end a relationship, to divorce. It could all be in the mix now, like this was something that was decided upon in the fall, or it will be decided upon in the spring and carry through to the fall. So this, again, it could involve moving or it could involve you changing course or direction, saying going from one industry into another. I do have a lot of like real estate, sort of neighborhood type of qualities. Watch out who you're working with. With the 12th house escape card, the 4 of Cups, the 12th house usually references that Piscean archetype. The 12th house is the house of hidden enemies or secret enemies. The 3rd house is the house of communication, mercantilism, selling, buying, being a merchant, either the buyer or the seller. So in the neighborhood, so there could be people talking about you, or people talking behind your back, or someone who you deemed a friend, or maybe your lover, your partner, even your work partner. You could be kind of removing yourself from that, or firing them, or divorcing them, or just realizing that people have been sort of bad-mouthing you, your work, or maybe just not in your working for you in your favor, not working in your favor, something not working in your favor. And so it's causing a dissolution, something is dissolving, and so it's maybe perceived right now, you're maybe perceiving it as a big shakeup, as a big tumultuous kind of dramatic change. I mean, yes, a divorce, I would acknowledge losing a business partnership, or losing work partnership contracts, losing money, going through a divorce, something like that. It can be that big shakeup, but this is leading to you probably figuring out what's best for you in terms of like a lot of people not working rightfully in your favor, like people that you trusted. Maybe you're figuring out, you're realizing they're not to be trusted. In a more spiritual sense, you could have been enlightened recently to your psychic kind of spiritual senses, and so now that's putting you in a whole new spot as far as like how you elevate in your job. You're now using more magic to elevate, which is amazing. We love to see that. But you're also now, or you're leaving your industry now to pursue something more in that arena, or you want to. It will require you taking the leap of faith, or it will require you moving from one place to another, whether proverbially or like spiritually, metaphorically, very abstract like that, where you now feel a whole new sense of self, like you're gaining new personality traits, or it could change where you're wanting to move, or it could mean you sell a lot of your possessions to move, to become a kind of steward, a student of this new program, like learning something new, or like deciphering or decoding. Or you could be going from like an industry like sales into coding, or vice versa. That sort of thing. Very like God-driven, astrologically motivated time for you, in that you will see expansion in the next year. You will see a whole new you in the next year, and it could involve a lot of psychic activity. You could be coming more to the forefront. You could be teaching more. You could be a spiritual leader. You could be a spiritual teacher. You could want to go in that route, and it's like a nod from the universe, basically from the gods, for you to actually do that. Like, yes, it is safe for you to take that leap of faith. Unbeknownst to you, you will come to stable grounds. It is seemingly chaotic or out of touch right now. Seems out of touch for you to do such a thing, but it will mean you come to a new landing, like a new neighborhood, a new arena, a journey that lands you somewhere else. Removing yourself from a lot of people that were just causing you false sense of identity. So really coming into your identity and realizing that you have more power and more, you can direct your will in a different accordance and earn and own more than where you're at right now. You could be worried about like not being able to attain something, like for example, not being able to buy a home, but all the changes that are happening now will lead you to that, to like actually earning the money, for example, again, to say, for example, to buy a home or to do something like that, where you buy a big thing. But it is more you presenting the new self in this arena and like declaring that you are going down that path, and then actually going down that path, like making the plan and then carrying through your vision. Capricorn, that's wild. I mean, the Cancer reading to me was a little wild. This one's kind of wild. With Saturn being in Pisces, you could very well be exposed to a lot of psychic. You're connecting to like archangels, to the archangelic. So that could be very new to you, where you're like, oh, I didn't know I could work with, like say you worked with crystals. You're like, oh, I didn't know I could work with archangels, how I work with crystals. And then running with that idea, learning about it, and recognizing even more knowledge from that point, because you took the plunge. And then that being a rabbit hole that leads you to a whole new like sense of self. And then you want to like jump into this whole new field, and you're actually like the person, you're like the woman, the man, the person, you're the royal entity to take over such a thing. You are meant to lead, you are meant to teach in this arena, and you are meant to like expose through your psychic vision, through your connection with God. You are exposing the naysayers, the disbelievers, the like, you're like bringing more justice to surround the people around you. You could be like a freaking pastor or a priest yourself, or the notch. I don't know why I was going to say the notch. Like you bring people down a few notches in a good way. You help people understand their like ego driven paths versus an egotistical path, right? Like you have learned yourself how to direct your ego and how to diminish egotistical mannerisms. You are like very close to God. That's why I say you could be like that sort of higher ranking or ranked individual in church or in a place of worship like that. Oops. No. Thank you so much, Goddess Isis, Mercury, our sun god Ra. Happy new moon to you, Capricorn. It is the new moon in Capricorn. I am feeling the Queen of Pentacles in and around you. Like you realize the magic that you possess, and it is very like earthly. You are an earth dweller, and you are also an emotional creature, and now you're realizing even more the grander approach to logic, to passion, to emotion. You're the teacher. You teach folks how to use these senses and these abilities to like overcome their sense of self, to bring them to a higher self. Oh, the Seven of Cups, yeah, like a very spiritual enlightenment, but please understand, and I think you are in that vicinity, you are in that arena now of coming to understand who are your foes, who is that wolf in sheep's clothing, who is that Trojan horse, who's trying to come in that Trojan horse, who's trying to bring misery and contempt into your arena, into your state of being, into your neighborhood. There are folks that are just maybe attempting to cause disillusion or illusions, right? Yeah, the Seven of Cups. But you are well aware. You sense it. You know it. And so it's probably not that I would advise a confrontation or anything like that, but it is you confronting yourself with that knowledge of knowing who are the snakes. Oh, yes, I do know who the snakes are. I do know who's trying to take over, and not in a good way. Like they're not even trying to take over for you to help you. They're trying to take over to create chaos and to create ruin, right? But no, now you work with higher spiritual realms. I'm sorry that I don't think I mentioned this is the Golden Dawn Tarot. And we have the Wanderer's Tarot. I think that you are trying to create something new, and so you're seeing what's holding you back, okay? That you cannot bring with you into this new realm, or if you're moving, you can't bring certain things with you, or maybe there's a certain relationship that was good, that started great, but now you've been able to see a lot, okay? And it does require transformation. This is around you, so like things around you are changing. A lot of scorpionic energy. So this could already be happening. You could have been enlightened just recently. So things could have started sort of winding up in the fall, and then just recently during the full moon in Cancer. So right around the end of December, you've come to this realization like, oh, things are changing. Like we got to move with the times, because like, I'm not going to stay stuck in this wherever it feels like you have to, wherever you felt you had to stay. Now you no longer feel that you have to stay there. You don't have to remain there. And you've realized that if you stay there any longer, you're not going to see much come to fruition, because all there is around you is lies, deceit. I'm not saying all there is around you. I'm saying that now you're able to see that with this much deceit and this much dishonesty, you cannot actually create betterment and create as much as you want to, or carry through with your plans, your visions. Wow. You can see exactly who's been working against you and working behind your back. Okay, see, so it could be, yes, the Lovers in reverse. It could very well be people you work with, or a partnership, a friendship, love, romantic partnership that isn't. It's just not quite what it seemed. It's not as it it's no longer quite as it seems. What it used to seem in a certain manner, it used to provide in a certain manner, it used to seem stable. It no longer does have that quality. Yes, it has diminished passion, okay? So it has a lot where you're noticing where you're taking on too much and where you're not receiving the help. Again, I guess that was the message just a few minutes ago. Like those who signed up to help you actually signed up to work against you. And it could be very subconscious, right? We can never replace. I just heard glass breaking. So there's like this, I have the sound of swords in reverse. Okay. You could also be looking at a lot of like tarot readers. You're getting a lot of information. There's something about you like now trusting oracle and esoteric, but it is meant. Can I just sum it up by you saying, yeah, release that shit, let it go, like whatever this partnership, whatever that is, they really are only taking what they can, and you realize that you're very well protected. You have, if you don't get all your accounting and your budgeting in check so that you can tell where there are faulty numbers, and that should clue you in as far as like who's thieving from you or who's, and it's like they can only take so much because you already have all of that. I'm talking to a Capricorn here, like order in the court. You know, that could very well just be the lesson, underlying lesson. But the spiritual lesson here is that these folks are after your passion, your energy, like your go-getter attitude, like your ability to take on that many things at once, your ability to wear many hats. And all they can get away with is like the measly tip money, the tip jar, or like they're taking away things like you teach them something, but are they actually going to put that to use? Like, I'm like, you can teach folks so many things, but like, are they actually going to like use it for good or for anything, for their own good, for anyone's good at all? Mainly what it's doing is depleting you. It's depleting you of your like desire to work with them, your desire to work with them, your desire to even take on more work. So it could very well be like, yeah, go on your new adventure to seek new stable grounds, to seek new stability in new contracts, figuring out who is actually working against you, who's taking from you. And more so it's your time and your intellectual property. And more so it's, yes, your time, because you're having to spend more time on figuring out who's effing around, who's effing with you. Yeah, the moon wanting to come out, okay? You're shedding light, and you're also shedding light on the situation. You've been enlightened to it. So you also now recognize who you need to let go of, who you need to let go. As I said, you're very well aware of who needs to go. Okay, justice will be served. Okay, yes, good for you. I love to see it. Okay, Capricorn, you deserve fairness and just justice. Okay, so you've been working hard. Okay, you may come out the winner at the end of this divorce if it's one of those messy type of divorces, or you could very well be justified to seek lawful justice from those who have actually stolen from you or taken from you. So yes, you can have that if that's what you want. It will just require you to maintain your connection to God, to spirit. I think that the concern can be that you get too caught up. Okay. But yes, it will evolve into you coming back into feeling lucky and coming back to your stability as far as like earning and seeing your money come back, and also better relationships. So this isn't sort of like the sad ending. Like there's a lot of good that can come out of this with the Ace of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. And Justice here, like you will come out being treated fairly, okay? And it doesn't have to be that the folks treat you fair, the folks that wronged you then turn around and treat you fairly. It's that you find fair and just relationships after receiving justice from whatever relationships you were involved in that were with these thieves or people just not actually proving to you themselves in an honest manner. The King of Cups, yes, coming back to like your foundational, more Scorpio, like, yes. So separating the money, getting your money, your worth, getting all of that, transforming, separating, going on to the new, to reclaim, okay? Realizing who has left you over and who doesn't belong in your space and time, okay? Wow. Capricorn, that's major. We have the Devil card here in reverse, so yeah, wanting to let go. We have the Three of Wands and the Two of Wands, the Vision. Okay, the World card at the bottom of the deck. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so realizing that this isn't the end. It might seem chaotic. It might seem like to others that you don't appreciate what you have going, or others may not be showing any appreciation to what you've helped them earn and how far you've helped others to succeed, or how far you've taken others in order for them to succeed. Like a lot of this could be lost in the translation and the transformation. Yeah, but it's like these people gotta go. Like they're not working for you. It's not real. The friendships are not real. You're able to see who's effing around, who's not meant to stay. But regardless of Ten of Pentacles and Two of Cups showing up in reverse, you have Justice, Ace of Cups, and Wheel of Fortune. So it's like leaving this bad place to a new place, leaving these bad folks to better folks. Okay? Yeah. Around you, everyone's like freaking out. Everyone's like, and you recognize that, wow, like you guys are not appreciative. You're not at all like thinking properly. You're thinking like they only think about themselves. They only think about their livelihood. They don't think about, like, again, all the help that you've offered and all the time that you've spent to help them better themselves. Okay, so here, the Knight of Swords, getting the hell on with it. Here, the King of Cups again. So you could have Scorpio or other water placements. Libra, some more justice. You are meant to be justice, and you may feel left out. You may feel like you have to start over on you over here, or other folks could feel that way. Either way, everyone has to kind of go about their biz. You're ready to go about your biz. You're ready to take you're not going to be emotionally run down and emotionally depleted. You've got places to go. You've got things to learn. You've got new things to do. Okay? Fast, furious, Cancer, Sagittarius. You're the one likely leaving everyone out in the cold. It's very it's very godly. There's a lot of Taurus energy here. Sagittarius, Cancer, Scorpio, or late Libra, and then what is this, Gemini? So manifesting by not being so locked down, manifesting by being emotionally stable and capable of leaving and not holding on to this crap. It's like all the bad, you've seen it, you're seeing it, and then all the good comes. Okay? Justice, Ace of Cups, Wheel of Fortune, the Chariot, the King of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. Okay, it's just not. You're very detailed. Don't get too feisty. These people will handle themselves. And what I mean is God will handle order. God will do the wig adjustment on these folk, okay? Keep it so real. Capricorn, there's some realness here. You are God-driven. You are godly. You possess this very strong will, okay? You have been through something. You have been through some things, but they deter you from where you are meant to go. You are going. You are on your way. Pack very lightly. I send you the most protective white light for you and protective green light for your heart chakra, okay? I honor you. I honor your path. You're hella on your way. You're fast. You're furious. You're justified. New friendships, new business partnerships, new partnerships in general, a new feeling of spiritual sense of knowing you've gained a lot. You're coming back to your karmic justice and your good luck and your earning and your fortune. Okay, it's intact. What these people try to do, no bueno. Okay, God must do their thing, right? Keep it so real, Capricorn. I'll be back for more messages.